afternoon, and welcome to the Happy Half Hour. I'm Leigh Kubin, Master Certified Life Coach and Mindset Coach.
I'm Sandra Priestley. I'm a leadership coach and a feng shui practitioner. I'm so excited for today.
Happy Thursday.
Well, you know what? Today I'm having a vision board party tonight. I'm hosting one.
Oh.
Yes. And I always do my vision boards with a feng shui.
Yeah.
I feng shui them. Like I feng shui everything. Do you?
Oh, yeah.
Like when you sit down at your desk, do you think this is my wealth corner?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, me too. So I feng shui my vision boards, and I've done this vision board party. I started New Year's Eve of 2020 because no one was fucking going out anyway. So I had this vision board party, and people were like, "Oh my God, this is amazing."
Yeah.
And we did it feng shui style.
Mm-hmm.
And the chicks that were coming back the next year, they came back the next year to do it too. This one girl's like, I put $100,000 business on my vision board, and Sandra, I did it.
Wow.
Like it was just like super, super cool. Like manifesting computers and manifesting like the most amazing outfit for the one girl wanted a photo shoot and she won one. Like it was just super, super cool. So now I feel like I've got to do it every year.
Yeah, it's a tradition.
Yes. So I am just drinking sparkling water today.
Yes.
This one is grape bubbly because I'm going to have wine later, but I would rather be sober when I start.
There you go. And I'm still calling that buble, by the way.
Well, okay.
I can't not.
I know.
Oh my gosh. I cannot wait
Michael,
to tell you what I'm drinking.
Hey, what are you drinking? Tell me.
I'm drinking sugar-free hot chocolate. That's not the big deal.
Okay.
At work, we had Secret Santas.
Yes.
And we had our gift exchange last week. And so I get my gift, and then the girl tells me part of it's missing. I didn't get all of it in. I'll get it to you next week. And I was like, okay. So two of them walk into my office this morning with this look on their face, like they were up to no good. And then they handed me this, and it almost made me cry.
Oh,
it gets better.
Badass.
It gets better.
Oh,
how fucking cool is that? So they were trying, or Brittany was trying to figure out what to get me. And Amber had just listened to the episode where we were talking about that. And she's like, I know. Just when we were talking about you can be badass or you can be insecure, or you got to choose. What are you going to be? So
that is,
but it's a little hard to drink out of. I think I just splashed some in my eye because I only had so much hot chocolate and it's down here.
Oh,
and so it's
does it come with a lid?
It does. Oh, I guess I should have put the lid on it.
But
it also had a straw.
Oh,
but I was thinking hot chocolate. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to be drinking out of that bad boy all the time.
No kidding.
Taking it everywhere with me. I know. How the sweetest thing.
I love it.
Yeah. So, what a week. It has been a full week. Not bad. Just a lot.
I have been in Edmonton, and it was cold. And I was saying, like, just before the podcast, just before we hit record, but it was like minus 47 with the wind chill up here, which is, what did I say that was, like minus 50 Fahrenheit? I don't even know if I checked,
58.
But it was like so cold. Like
I can't even imagine. I wouldn't want.
We went out. We went shopping. We went for lunch. We didn't just like stay in. We actually went out, but like at that temperature, the insides of our doors are frosted, like because there's, where you open the door, like, and in our condo, it was like right along both sides, like both cracks of the door were all frosted up. I was like, holy shit.
Does it get stuck?
didn't, but it's like the door handles, even like we have a metal door handle with the lever that
Yeah.
you push
Oh,
down. And my daughter wasn't wearing gloves, and she like it will freeze your finger.
oh,
So
dang.
yeah,
But I guess
it
y'all are
is.
used to that. Y'all know how to handle it.
We are. I mean, normally we would be wearing gloves, but yeah. So, but it's interesting to me because I always think like I literally thought so many times, I wonder what the temperature is in Texas. Like all this week, I'm thinking, because I'm thinking about our podcast, and I'm thinking it is so cold. I will guarantee Leigh has never felt cold like this on her face.
Yeah, it
And what
is.
temperature is in Texas? Is she wearing shorts right now?
It's 26
These,
degrees. We're in the middle of that Arctic blast. And I think it
this
was
is
in the
like
50s when I went to work this morning.
okay.
And then by the time I'm on my way home, it's
Mm-hmm.
26 degrees. And it is windy, like 35-mile-an-hour winds.
Oh yeah.
Um, thank God there is no water in the clouds and it is not raining, because we would have a whole nother disaster and Christmas would not happen.
Yeah.
And I mean, because no
Christmas.
one would be able to get here.
I am just going to Google. You said 26. Okay. Oh, yes. When that's -3 in Celsius. And do you want to know something? At -3, I have worn shorts.
What?
Yes. And flip-flops.
Sandra, not
I'm
outside.
not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. There won't be, if there's no snow. If there's snow on the ground, I'm probably not. But yeah, like I've worn shorts to go and like take the garbage out, or like take the recycling out, or go to get the mail, or, I won't wear shorts to go shopping for groceries. But, yeah,
Mm-mm. No, ma'am.
totally. We will wear flip-flops and no socks.
Yeah, we get all bundled up and anything we can put on us goes on us.
Oh
So,
my goodness. That's so
um,
cool. All right. So tell me, I have been waiting
yes.
all week to hear this story. So for those of you who are listening, Leigh texts me and says, we're going to talk about blue glass on the podcast. And I'm like, oh, yay. But I have no idea what we're going to
Well,
talk
you were
about. I
kind
have
of like,
no
well,
idea.
what the fuck is blue glass? I
I
think.
know. I know. I am like, I can't wait. It's been days and days. It's felt like a month and a half.
I think
It's
it
like
was
Christmas is
Saturday.
coming.
Yeah. So
Christmas is coming.
when I texted you that, I assumed you knew what blue glass was, and you did
Well,
not. So I'm going to educate you.
no,
And
I know
I swear
a
I've told this
glass that's blue.
story. I
No.
thought I've told this story before, but I'm going to tell it again.
Okay. Well,
So
possibly. I have a bad memory.
one day, Esther and Jerry, Abraham,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'm saying that for the listeners. I know you know who they are.
Okay.
But Esther and Jerry, or Esther's on a consultation with a woman, and she's trying, I guess the woman is trying to manifest money. And she's like, but I feel it. I want it here. And Esther's like, you've got too much resistance. Like, you
Hmm.
don't start with money. There's too much resistance there. You need to start with something that doesn't matter. And the woman was having none of this. And she just wasn't getting it. She was annoyed. And Esther said, okay, so let me give you some examples. Blue glass. You could contemplate blue glass. Think about all the colors, all the shapes, the different sizes and textures, and just going into all the things that blue glass could be. And the lady's like, yeah, I don't get it. She goes, okay, well, think about butterflies. Think about them flying around your yard, thinking about them in your flowers and all the colors and the shapes and all that about butterflies.
Hmm.
Woman, still nothing. And she said, okay, think about feathers, feathers in birds, and describes the feathers and, different shapes and all. The woman is like, not impressed. I don't get it. I want my money back. I mean, they gave her a refund. They get in the car and they go to lunch. And there was this restaurant that they were wanting to go to, Esther was wanting to go to. And so they get there and they park the car, and there is a little shop off back in the distance. And Esther said, Jerry, let's go in that little shop before we go have lunch. And he said, okay. So they walk in the front door, and the first thing she sees in the very back of the store is this wall of blue glass.
Mm.
And she walked back there and just looking and admiring and like, wow, this is amazing. And then they leave. And they're walking down this little path, I guess, to go to the restaurant. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, all of these butterflies just start flying all over the place. Like she said, to where they had to shut their mouth to keep them from flying in.
Wow.
And then that passes, and then they're heading up to the restaurant. And she said this little Asian boy walks up to her and has a feather in his hand and says,
oh my gosh,
here. And she said, and I just got goosebumps. And she said, in that moment, I realized that I had just manifested all those three things. She had no resistance, just
right.
putting it out there.
Mm-hmm.
And so that story is powerful for me, because when I see blue glass, I think of that. When I see feathers, butterflies, all of that brings me to, you get what you focus on.
Mm-hmm.
And manifestation. So I'm in an Abraham group on Facebook. And last Tuesday or Wednesday, someone in the group said, I just manifested blue glass. And they had a picture of whatever it was that they had found. And I said, I can't wait to manifest blue glass. And I just sort of felt like, what would it feel like? Like, what's it going to feel like when I see it? And I'm like, oh my God, you totally just manifested that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't think about it again until Paul comes in the bedroom on Saturday and said, hey, I just ordered some blue glass for the patio, the fireplace on the patio. It should be here today. Keep a lookout for it. And I looked at him and I said, you ordered what?
Yeah.
And he said, blue glass. And I said, why? And he said, because I don't like the lava rock that's in there. It looks like shit. And I wanted some blue glass. And I was like, yeah, I just manifested that blue glass.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
yeah.
so when I told him, I said, do you not know about Abraham and blue glass? And he's like, no. So I got to tell him the story. So fast forward, it shows up. He's putting it out in the fire pit, and he turns it on, and the fire looks bigger because it's got mirrors on some sides.
Oh.
It's shiny. So it amplifies. It's not really, it just looks bigger.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it going, wow, this is beautiful. It feels amazing. And he goes, oh shit, can I have blue glass in this area? And I said, it's the relationship area.
Mm-hmm.
It's fire, which is good. I said, but that blue glass represents manifestation.
Yeah.
And don't you want to think about what we can manifest in our relationship together? And he's like, yeah.
Cool.
So that's my feel good blue glass story of the day.
I love it.
You'll never see it the same.
I will not. And I, from now on, will be using more of my goblets that are also blue glass.
Correct.
I think it was Jamaica or Mexico. I can't remember, one of the trips that Cam and I had taken. And they had, it might have even been, okay, I don't know where in the hell it was. Might have even been Vegas, actually. But anyway, they had these like big, huge blue glass goblets.
Oh.
And there's something about these blue glass goblets. And I just loved them so much that I was searching and searching and searching online for these dang things exactly the way that they were. I wanted them to be heavy. I wanted them, they're water goblets. I wanted, well, I suppose you could put wine in them too. but I wanted them to be heavy and I wanted them to have the swirl to them. And I wanted them to be exactly the way that it was because I love them so much. I don't know why. And so when I found them, I just randomly, they just popped up in a store. And so I have the pitcher, I have the goblets. I think I have 6 or 8 of them. 8 of them, probably. Yeah.
Got to
Oh,
pull
so
those
now I'm
babies
going to
out.
use them. I'm going to use them more often now. In the summers, I usually bring them out and just kind of have them in the middle of my table, even just to sit.
They're so
And
pretty.
then, yeah.
But if we can do that with those little things, if we really started getting deliberate and stopped where is it? Where's my blue glass?
Yeah.
I didn't once ask that.
Urgency feels like resistance though, doesn't it?
It does.
To me, it does anyway.
But when we can decide what we want and say, "Ooh, that's going to feel so good when it gets here."
Yeah.
And let the universe figure out how to make it show up.
It's so amazing. And I think, I don't know, I often see this too. It's so often the people that I'm working with and especially with feng shui, but with anything really, it's like when you get into any type of resistance, so any type of need energy, any type of frustration, any type of sense of urgency, I need this now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, to me, it's harder to manifest. Like I manifest better in this vibration. My 3 words, my vibration for manifestation is fun, surrender, and gratitude.
Yes.
Those 3 things. When I can stay in fun, when I can stay in surrender, like however this shows up is going to be great. And then just like happy to be here, like grateful for fucking everything. That's when I manifest the amazing stuff. And I think too often we get into this space of frustration and resistance in our body and then go, when the fuck this manifestation shit doesn't work, and it's just,
what am I doing wrong?
We're not able to receive. I often say this too. It's like when you're holding so tightly onto something, if someone threw blue glass at you, you're not going to catch it, because your hands are clenched.
Yeah.
And so you really just have to allow so you can receive.
But we can't when we're in that moment of noticing it's not there.
Right.
Because that's what we're expecting to see. It's just like when I lose something, my keys or my phone or whatever, and I think it's not there, I can't see it.
True.
I have to go, oh, it's here.
Right.
I have to coax myself out of it because we can't see something if we believe it's not there.
Exactly. It's so amazing, the mind.
Well, and I was going to say, like, this ties into feng shui when you were talking about, just manifesting. How when I work with people and we do things in their homes for specific reasons, like for money or that job or that lover or whatever, it's almost like the changes that we make gives them an excuse to relax. Because it's an intention of this is going to create this.
It's like prayer.
Oh yeah. But not like a prayer of please, 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 but a prayer of it is done.
Yeah. And like releasing control and allowing something greater than ourselves, whether it's the universe or God or spirits or angels or spirit animals or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like just allowing someone other than ourselves to bring it to us in divine right order. It's like it releases the pressure that we feel on ourselves. My husband always, I think I said this a couple times ago or a couple episodes ago, but he always says, just ask the angels for help. And it's so simple. And sometimes I want to punch him in the nose because it's like, I'll be telling him that, this is my frustration or this is going on, or I'm so worried about that. And he's just like super cash. sitting there with his arm on the back of the couch, we'll just ask the angels for help. And by the way, can you turn the channel? It's just like, and he's right, which is
Well,
why
and
I get so
that's what they're
frustrated.
saying.
I know.
They're sitting there going, I'm here, ready
Yeah.
to assist.
And that's what he said. He's like, it's like they're bored up there.
Yeah.
Like they're waiting for you to ask for help.
Mhm.
What are you doing? You're sitting here spinning your wheels.
Yeah.
Talking about the same thing over and over and over again and putting more energy into the thing that you don't want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of just going, okay, it's going to work out.
It always works out.
Like Gabby Bernstein or like, Amanda Francis. And it was just like, it's going to work out. Everything is neutral.
Mm-hmm. And when we can stay there, it does.
Yes.
When we stay in is it going to work out? Why isn't it working out? What am I doing wrong? We stay there longer. It eventually is fine, but.
Yes, you're going to love this story. So I was in one of the courses with Melanie Ann Lair, and I can't remember what it was, but anyway, she has this champagne bucket, and she calls it the champagne bucket of the universe. And she will put all of the names of the people that are in the course into the champagne bucket. And what she would say, and she draws a name and one person wins $22,000.
Oh,
it's an expensive course, it's a higher priced course. And so one person will win $22,222. And it's a manifestation course. So what she talks about is here, and she throughout the entire program, I don't even know how many hours it is, but like she tells you one person is going to win $22,222. All of the names are in the champagne bucket of the universe. And your goal is to not take your name out. So your name is in there. And it's about energetics, and it's about like believing and trusting and manifesting your name to be the one name that she draws. And so the goal is for you to energetically not take your name out.
How cool is that?
Is that not the best story ever?
So what did the person do when she pulled her name?
Well, I mean, everyone celebrated the hell out of her, right? And she just freaked out. I can't remember what she did with it. Now, she did something. I don't remember. I'm not even sure, because I'm not sure. I think she might, the one girl, I've done this twice now with her. I think the one girl, the first year was $11,000, 111. And I think she purchased a year of Melanie's courses with it. Because this is one of the things that she really, really wanted. I don't remember what the $22,000 girl did, but it was just so freaking cool. And I'm going to tell you this other story about manifestation. So every time I do this vision board party, I give away some cool gift. This year, I'm giving away, I think, 5. And so the very first year, I gave away a worthy one. It was just one gift, and I gave away a worthy one, like a necklace, pendant.
Oh, yeah.
And that when I had this, I had like a bucket with all the names in it, like a box with all the names in it. And I was talking to them about this Melanie Ann Lair course, and like how we were trying to keep our names in the bucket and just like really try to focus on manifesting, because of course, what is a vision board if not something that helps you manifest? And the girl who won, I sent her the worthy wand, and she messaged me and she's like, oh my gosh, I love it so much. But I got to tell you what's the coolest thing. She said that when I had my name, like swirling the names, or sorry, I had my hand swirling the names. When I was reaching in to grab it, she held out her hand underneath the camera. So like she was holding her hand out, like yes, I can receive this.
Wow.
Is that not the coolest story ever? Like every time I tell it, I just have chills. I just
Wow.
love it so much. Yeah.
We need to start
Mhm.
doing that. We just need to walk around with our hands out
Right.
instead of
I
hanging on
know.
to shit we don't need to.
Exactly. Open up to receiving
Yeah.
something even better. This
Yeah.
or something better,
This or
right?
and don't you find that it's typically better?
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it is the car. Well, and even like with me, with my car, I was looking for a white car. I knew the model, but I wanted her to be white.
Mm-hmm.
And Paul took me and he said, there's a red one I want you to look at. It's only got 3,000 miles on it. It's beautiful. And I'm like, I'm not driving a red car. Not doing it. So we get there and he shows it to me and I'm like, yeah, it's pretty, but it's red. Even though red is one of my favorite colors. So I get in the white car and I take it around the block and it didn't feel like the one. You know how you get that feeling like, oh. And
Yeah.
I was like, well, shit, do I even need a new car? This does not feel the way I thought it was going to feel. So he said, let's drive the red one. I'm like, okay. I opened up the door and saw the butter yellow interior that
Wow.
made me go, oh my gosh. I sat in it. I was like, oh my God. And then I drove it and it was a different engine in it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a little maybe meatier. I don't know if that's the right way to explain it.
Okay.
It felt like there
Okay.
was more to it. The other one
Yeah.
felt too delicate.
Okay.
Same car, just different motor. I fell in love with her and I named her Athena and that was it. But I couldn't tell she was red from the inside
Okay.
because everything is like this butter yellow and black.
Oh,
So
so
it was the
nice.
car I wanted, but it was better.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's so many things like that that I'm just like, this is what I'm looking for. This is the feeling of it.
Mm-hmm.
And what shows up, I just laugh.
Yeah.
It's like, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
This is amazing.
I have even, when I've wanted something and not received it, I have thought, oh shit, this experience and the thing that I ended up working through because of it was
Ah,
better than receiving the thing.
yeah, yeah.
Like I have even done that. I've even thought, oh, the tough time that I got instead of the good thing
Mm-hmm.
was even better because of the lessons that I learned,
Yeah,
because of where it brought me.
yeah. It elevated
Like,
you.
I really do feel that sometimes a transformation is better than getting the dang thing, you know?
Oh, that's what we want.
Well, that's what I want anyway.
Yeah.
I didn't come here to be rich and stuck. Like,
No,
I don't want
no.
that. I want it. Yeah, transformation. I mean, every day, if I can
Yeah,
evolve.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we get stuck. There are days that we do, but it's
Yeah.
recognizing it and going,
Yes.
is this really where you want to be?
Right.
Is this the day you
Right.
want to have? No.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're out of time.
I think we are too. This was fun.
This was fun and quick.
Yeah.
So have a great week and stay warm out there. And I'll try to stay warm as well.
All right.
Thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you next Thursday on the Happy Half Hour. Bye.
Bye.